What's up, guys? I'm Tommy, and this is Alex to my left. Today we're here with senior outfielder Maddie Polonsky, and she will be going to Alvernia next year. Well, she will be playing softball and being a student athlete. With that being said, Maddie, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, last year you guys had a record of 8-10. The record does not show what type of team you guys were last year. Played some really good teams. What are your expectations for this year?
I mean, for this year, we definitely lost a couple key players from last year. None of them ended up being student athletes in college for this year, but we have a really good lineup for this year. A fair amount of people playing in college, Division II, Division III, and I'm really excited to get started. So.
Yeah, talking about those players, Avery Schwartz at second, and then Riley, who was in the outfield. Who do you have coming in, taking their spots this year?
As of right now, I am in center field, taking the place for Riley, and then at second base we have Madison Krapewski right now. Awesome. We have people moving around a little bit, but we're just kind of getting the feel of things.
The big pack game was you guys, Springford, you guys, and OJR. Who's that team that you guys are really looking forward to playing this year?
Boyertown, definitely, 100%. Springford, too. All of these teams have lost a bunch of players, so I feel like the playing field is definitely leveled out a lot more.
Sure.
Here at Springford, or when the Springford came down here last year, I think it was a Friday, it was a really good game. You guys were down, and you ended up coming back. How does that work when, you got a smaller field? It's easier to hit it out of the park. Are you guys always in the game?
We're definitely always in the game. A lot of pep talks, a lot of team huddles throughout, in between innings and stuff. That's really what keeps us going. Captains are definitely a big part of that as well, staying on top of the girls, making sure we're all staying positive and making sure that we're amped up and ready to go.
Coach Terry being there for the past 2 years, and then Coach Chapman along his side, what do they bring as coaches?
They definitely bring a lot of positivity. We also have Coach Pitch, who's the assistant varsity coach as well. They all bring a lot of positivity, keeping us into the game, always. They're just always helping out in any way that they can.
Mia's over there on third base, right? So she started last year. What kind of competitiveness does she bring?
A lot of competitiveness. Her mentality is up there. She's going Division II at Westchester, so it says a lot. She has a strong bat. She's always in the game, cheering people on. I couldn't ask for more from her. Yeah. I'm left-handed, so I slap. Okay. It's a huge advantage that you have. Especially if you're fast and being on the left-hand side, you have a couple extra steps that you don't have to make up. So it's definitely a huge advantage, and other teams get thrown off by it. We have Courtney. She's our primary. She's awesome. I have, my confidence in her is 100% all the time. She did great yesterday. We also have Lindsay, who is a junior. She'll come up. She's also a swing player, so she'll come up as well. But we're looking to have Courtney throw most, if not all, games.
What about, you talked about you guys in a slump at sometimes. That's one of the toughest parts of baseball and softball. How do you guys get out of it? Do you have a method? What about you yourself?
It's really about just, honestly talking to yourself and just figuring out, where you need to improve. And if we're all not hitting and all in a slump at that moment, I would just pull everyone together and be you know what, we got to get this together. We got to see, just being positive.
That's great. You being the senior you are, they're going to need you to really lead the team this year.
I got nothing else. Good luck.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you.